Hi, everybody. Hello, hope you're all having a good Saturday.
Hi. Sort of, I just want to say you look beautiful today. I mean, you are, but you look really beautiful today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yesterday, I got my first dose of the vaccine. So today I'm a little slow. So bear with me today. Right. All right, as we wait for, I think most, yeah. Well, as people are coming in, does anybody want to share anything, any news, anything really, news about self or news about your life? If you want to tell us, feel free. Even about your ideas, you all have amazing ideas. So if anybody wants to share. Okay. So what I want to start out with today is maybe a little bit of a fun activity. It's a really quick fun activity. Because I feel like I'm going to be talking a lot today. And I think we should have a little bit of fun before we do that, before you hear my lecture. So what we're going to do, let's go to the Discord chat. And yeah, once you're there, send me a thumbs up, a hey, so I know that you're all there. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So what I want you to do is I want you to pick your favorite emoji that is not like a face or a head. Like it can't be like a face. So your favorite emoji that's not a face. That makes sense. Put that into the chat. So your favorites. So what we're doing is putting our favorite emoji that's not a face into the Discord chat. Okay, I see face emojis. So let's fix that. So favorite emojis that are not of a face. Okay, awesome. So now I want you guys to think of what sound that would make. What kind of sound would your favorite emoji make? So let's start with, I'm just gonna go by the list. Annika, what kind of sound does your emoji make?
Like, to be honest, I don't think it makes any sound because it's just like, you know, when you go silent, then you usually do the finger thingsy, but no sound literally.
Make it up. You could do it.
Be like, hmm.
Perfect. All right. So so Annika, pass it to somebody. Whose emoji do you want to hear the sound of?
I'd like to hear from Sasha.
Sasha, can you hear us? We want to hear the sound of your emoji. I think she's having, oh, let me see. Okay, I think Sasha's having some mic problems, so Anita, can you pass it to someone else, please?
Okay, then Rima.
Rima, what does your what sound does your emoji make, Rima? Can anybody hear Rima? Because I can't. Okay, Hanifa, because I can see your face. So, Calypso, we are on the general chat right now, and we are posting our favorite emoji that is not a face, like a head or.
So should I start? When my animal does a sound is like rar or something like that.
Yeah, perfect.
I would pass it to just Noor.
Okay, so my emoji is a juice box, and it would basically be like sucking air in along with the slurp sound. So it would go like.
Awesome. Calypso, it has to be, yeah, okay, you can do a heart. Perfect. Just Nor, pass it to someone, please.
I'll pass it to Jacobo.
Hello, I finally got my Discord to work. So mine is like, so I use it a lot. It's like emoji of like the lines of stocks. We use it a lot in my WhatsApp, like saying, "Oh, stocks up," like the meme. I don't know if you know it. I don't know how would I put it, like something like that. I don't know, because it's a line that goes up.
Awesome. Thank you, Jacobo. Could you pass it to somebody, please?
So I pass it to Charlotte.
Charlotte, are you here with us?
Hi, what is it?
So we posted favorite emojis that are not of the face, and you have to make up a sound. Like, what do you think it sounds like?
Oh, okay. Which emoji is it?
So what is your favorite emoji? And you have to post it in the chat. That's not like a face or a head. Like the Snore did like a juice box. Monica.
I mean, I use the sunflower emoji a lot, and I think it sounds like water. Like,
can you make the sound? Very nice. Thank you, Charlotte. Can you pass to somebody, please?
could I pass it to stop it, Rima.
Yeah, hi. So, like, sorry for the last time, my internet stopped. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead and
So,
tell. Yeah.
So mine's, I think it's boom because like it's turning around. So like, I think this is the sound.
Perfect. Can you do the sound again?
Boom.
Very nice. Good.
Okay.
That's it, please.
Like, I do not know actually who goes because I just leave the meeting, so you can choose someone.
So, Anish, make the sound of your emoji. Well, Anish, I hope you feel better. Thank you for telling me. Vidaya, what is the sound of your emoji?
As you can see, it's a poop emoji. I think it would depend on the person.
You can make a sound, any sound you want.
I don't know actually. I guess like a usual poop sound. I don't know what that would be. Can I pass it to someone though?
You have to make the noise.
Oh no, I don't know.
Anybody want to help? Come on, we're
Yeah,
trying.
please help.
It's a safe space. We're having fun here. All right. Dinashri, what sound does your emoji make?
Yeah, so I don't really think that moon makes any sound. Like it's my favorite emoji, and to be honest, I don't think it really makes any sound. So
Invent a sound. So what do you think it sounds like? Like this is not, we're not being literal. We're just having fun. And what sound do you think it makes? Sorry?
I currently I don't think I don't get any ideas. Like
Okay, no worries. All right. I think Celia and Hussa and Calypso have not gone yet.
Calypso.
Okay, as we can all see that my emoji is a heart, so I think the sound that it makes would be like a regular heartbeat, and I think that would sound something like goo 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 goo. Yeah.
Perfect. We have Celia and Hussa who haven't gone yet. Okay, Celia, could you tell us the sound of your emoji?
Yes. So, oh, did someone was talking? So my emoji, can you hear me? I don't know. Yes. So my emoji is a flag, the flag of Cape Verde, and I use it really often because I think it's really long to write in English. So I just put the emoji, and I don't know if a flag make a sound, maybe like if the flag is in the air, it's make like sound like that. I pass it to its one person missing, I think.
Hussa, if you could please.
Yes.
Okay, Hussa, can't open the mic. Okay, no problem. All right, so thank you guys. I hope you had a little bit of fun getting to know each other and our sounds. I think it's, yeah, I think it's a way to kind of break the ice a little bit because we're always just like talking about things. So we gotta have a little bit of fun too. All right. So now what I want you to do is I want everybody to grab a piece of paper, a pen, notebook, whatever you can write on, because this is going to be like really good informational stuff. So I'd like you to be able to take notes. If you're typing or anything, that's fine too. Just make sure you are taking notes in some form. Okay, so set aside, so put down pencil and pen and notebook. And what I want you to do right now for the next 2-3 minutes is I want you to close your eyes. So I want everybody to close their eyes. And I want you to envision that it is 10 years from now and you are stepping into your office and it's 2031. And to put you in a good mood today, it's a Monday morning, you just arrived and you are sifting through customer testimonials, footage of customers perusing your website, customers interacting. So keep your eyes closed and think about, what does that look like? What does your business look like in 10 years? What are your customers doing? What are all the amazing things they're saying about your products, about your websites, about your platforms? How is your work environment? How is the company culture like? What have you done to change people's lives? How are people's lives changing? So for a couple minutes, keep your eyes closed and just think about how you envision your business to look in 10 years. Whenever you're ready, you can keep your eyes closed and keep thinking, but whenever you're ready, go ahead and just jot down some notes that any thoughts that you had about it, go ahead and write those down. So in your paper, your notebook, and your iPad, wherever you are taking notes, think about all that you were envisioning and write that down. I'll give you another minute to keep writing and then we can start. All right. So now we're going to talk about prototyping. And prototyping is really important, and there are many ways to prototype. So we might have this like specific idea, like I definitely did. I was like, oh, prototypes can only like just be one way, but there are many ways to create a prototype. And prototypes can be very, very rough, like the very first draft of your idea. It can be a sketching, it can be a drawing, it can be just even words about your product, about your business. So it's really, really important to start this way because instead of just having the idea in your head, you're putting your idea out there. You're starting something, you're starting something with it. And so it's very, very important to have that start, because once you start, you get the momentum going and your business just grows and grows and grows. It's really important to start with a prototype and to think of all the different ways that you can prototype. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you like 12 tools, like more than 12 tools actually, of how you can start your first prototype and the many ways that you can prototype. Okay. So this is what you guys are already basically doing. You guys are sending out surveys, doing interviews, talking to your friends, talking to your families. So these are, like these 4 ways here that you see on the screen are things that you are already doing and that you're going to continue doing throughout, throughout this whole time that you're building your platform, your business. And, taking really into consideration what customers are saying, what people are saying, what they want, what they need. And it's really, really important to note down those instances when you recognize something happening or a situation, and you know that like you need to see what that customer is looking for, what that person needs, because you want to be able to keep those people in your platform. You want to have them come back to your website or to your apps, so that you actually can sustain them. Okay. So first thing we have here is a live session. So before I start with this, it's really important that you have a prototype that is physical, at least one prototype that is physical, and at least one prototype that is like a human interaction. So a live session is an example of human interaction. It's where you set up a time with, it could be one-on-one, it could be with a group of people, and you are interacting. You're having these people interact with your platform, testing out activities, testing out games, quizzes, giving them scenarios, giving them, basically having them see how the platform works. And you can get a lot of feedback from that. You can get a lot of information just by seeing and observing how these people are interacting. And you can do this with your friends, with your family, with people from soap as well. Anybody you think would want to like engage in this, you can definitely set up more than one live session and get that going. So that is one type of prototype. Similarly, customer pairing. So like you can pick two people who you think would be really, useful and productive to your product, pair them up and see how that interaction is going. So it could be 2 to 3 people, 2 people, and have them test out the product or test out an aspect of the product and see and observe how it goes. You can also create an explainer video, which is literally you create a video that is explicitly explaining your platform, your product. So what exactly it does and what it is for. You can also create posts on social media, like, you can create like a graphic on Canva or something, post it, have people sign up, post on Instagram stories, Snapchat stories, get people like, live sessions on Instagram, things like that. So like that is also a type of prototype to get people like talking on social media. So you can also, okay, build a website. I know many of you are thinking about making a website. So even just starting with one homepage is, a start of a prototype. So you can use like Wix or Strikingly or WordPress, whatever you feel comfortable with. They usually have templates you can use. You can like mix and match and do your own thing, but that's also a way, a prototype. You can also use this really cool app called Marvel, or these other ones like Sneak Peek.
Sadaf, can you show me the last Sadaf?
Yeah.
Can you show me the last picture?
Last picture.
Before, yeah, no. Yeah, thank you. I just want to see.
Yeah, I'll send you guys a PowerPoint as well after this, because I know I'm going through it quickly just so I'm not like talking too much, but you will have this resource afterwards as well. Okay, smartphone sketches. So this is really cool. Like if you want, if you're a person that just wants to like literally just draw on paper with pen, you can sketch out your idea and you can go on Marvel and you can kind of upload that drawing and it would kind of make it into digital form. So you can use platforms for that as well. And it's really cool. Yeah, I think that's awesome. And yeah, so there's like Marvel, Adalo, Sneak Peek It, and it just goes from paper to digital. So it's super cool. You can check that out. So there is also another tool called Figma. And you don't have to have any coding experience. So you can just like start playing around with like how you want things to look, the colors and things like that. So like you just, yeah, you don't need any coding and you kind of just play with it. You can also create a website forum, start a forum talking about, the topic or a topic that's relevant to your platform, and you kind of observe like how the customers are interacting, what they're posting. If some of you have a platform that you want people discussing things, this could be a good idea. And you could kind of see like what kind of people are coming to your forum, what kind of things they're saying, what's exciting for them. Another one is e-commerce. So you can show your product with a price or a plan. And even though like, you're not at the point where you're selling any products or anything, but you can kind of see what is the demand, how many people want this product, and what, who's being attracted to this product. So you could have like, a shop section on your website or your app. So another thing called Pinterest for your interest. And you basically use what you know and love from your favorite apps and incorporate it into the outcome of your business. So there was a student named Sarah, and she created an algorithm that would track a person's interest, same way Pinterest does, but for motivational quotes. And depending on what was happening or what was relevant to their lives, that motivational quote would show up. So you can also see like categories of conversations. You can also create an onboarding quiz, kind of like a diagnostic quiz, like when you first enter a platform and a website and they ask you all these questions, or like they give you scenarios to kind of like, customize the experience. So you don't want everyone to have the same experience, so you could customize it like, okay, this, and this, if they answer this, they will go to this. And if they answer this, they will go there. So it's like really cool to see, where you can take your customers. And another way to customize is creating like categories. So based on like samples that you get from your customers and like how customers have used your prototypes, you can create categories and a flow for your website. So you want a customer to enter and find what they want right away. So with all the sampling and trialing and things like that, you will be able to see, okay, what are like the main big interests of my customers, and I'm going to categorize it in this way so that they can log on and click exactly what they want. You can even send them on scavenger hunts or physical activities. So, if you want a type of prototype that you want outside of, a side of the house or, away from the computer or the screen, like you can definitely have, if it's relevant to your platform, send them on like a scavenger hunt or have them do something like a challenge or an activity that is relevant. Okay, so this is something that everyone must do. It's really, really important and super, super helpful when you're growing your business, when you're developing your business, to really note down all the moments that you notice something is happening that is relevant to your platform. So if you were to do something if you were focusing your problem on like miscommunication or generational rifts, barriers, you could note down all the moments you see a lack of communication in your family. And think about, okay, what would I have done in this scenario? What should I have done? What could have been done? If you're focusing on corruption, you would note down anytime you see like corruption happening and it angers you, you note it down and you think about, okay, what can be done? What could be better? If you're talking about like recycling, properly, dividing up, garbage, like you could think about things that like, oh wow, like I should have recycled that, or oh, I see people not recycling and kind of just doing things like, if that's what you're focusing on. So it's really, really important over these next 2 weeks to note down all these moments, and even have friends and family share them with you. So like tell everybody about what you're doing, and if people are talking about, oh yeah, I saw this one person doing this, note it down. So like you can see what is happening and how you can address those needs. Okay. So what you're gonna do now, I know it was pretty quickly, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share the channel on Discord that we have with all the tools. So you have all the exact information that you just saw on the PowerPoint, and it'll be on the Discord channel. So I'm going to share that with you all if I haven't already. And now what you're going to do is I'm going to put you in breakout rooms and team and groups, and you are going to discuss with your group 3 to 5 prototyping tools that you would like to use, have used, are planning to use, and discuss and help one another. What, give feedback to one another, talk about your idea, and really get some recommendations or suggestions and a different perspective from each other. So what you're going to do, again, I'll repeat, is you're going to think about 3 to 5 tools from this list. Actually, it doesn't have to be necessarily from this list. If you have other ideas, even better. 3 to 5 tools, because you have to have at least 3 to 5. And making sure that one is at least physical. So physical being like a website page or a draft, a sketch of your smartphone. And then you have to plan at least one that is a human interaction. So that could be a live session, like meeting with people on Zoom, testing out your product, or doing customer pairing, anything like that. So I'm going to put you in the breakout rooms now, and you are going to discuss. You're going to discuss with the group that you have right now, prototyping tools you want to use, talk about your ideas, get some feedback, and really, really help each other. Okay. Does anybody have any questions before we go into the rooms? Snore, did you hear what I had said? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna open up the rooms. I'm gonna give you about 20, 25 minutes, maybe more, depending. And then we can come back and we will discuss this even more. All right, enjoy, have fun. If there's anything you need, just let me know. All right, welcome back. So if you haven't started doing this already, please write in your channel which prototypes you're going to use. So if you haven't done this already, write which prototypes. You should have at least 2, one that is physical and one that is like a human interaction. So like a live session or directly talking with people, meeting with people. All right, so I'm gonna give you like a minute or 2 to finish that up. I think most of you have done it, but go ahead to your hashtag name under prototypes and write down the prototypes you will be using. Okay, so does anybody want to share something that they spoke about in their breakout room? What kind of prototypes do you plan on using? What ideas, new ideas, or anything you want to share? Okay, I'm going to call on someone if nobody volunteers. I do want to hear your ideas and about your prototypes and stuff. So if no one wants to speak, I will call on someone. Okay. Vidaya, tell us about things you talked about in with your group and what kind of prototypes you guys are going to be using, any new interesting ideas.
We it was quite a quiet session, but we basically realized that we have products that we're not going to sell basically, and it would rather be based on donations from people, and it is for like what the other person's working with, it's for refugees, and on my side it's for people in poverty. So we just came to realize that it's difficult to use some of the prototypes because it's not like we can sell it to a customer or it would fulfill the need of the people around us, like our family or friends. Yeah, that's basically what we discussed.
Does anybody want to respond to that? Yeah,
I was with Vidya, and whatever she said is true. Like our problems, like what we are gonna do is non-fundamental and non-financial. So I agree with her, and that's all. That's it.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, that aspect. Like how do we go about this when we have to have money and things like that? So maybe thinking about your platform in a way to, okay, your platform and your prototype is whatever you want it to be, what you want it to look like, what you want it to have, the content. So thinking about the financial part, you don't have to do that right now. Think about what is your ideal vision for your platform. What is it that you want to see happen? What do you want the outcomes to be? Because right now, like it's a difficult time for any of us to think about the financial part, the funding, things like that. So like just think about what is the ideal vision that you would like to see. Okay, anybody else want to share? Again, I will call on someone.
I could share. I had a new idea, and it is that maybe we should. One prototype was, I'm not sure which one it was, but that you look in your life, and whenever you see that problem, you write it down and think how people could change to solve the problem, and not the problem is not happening. And I thought maybe you could make a little group of friends, and all of you are writing down or situations where you see that problem, and sit down together and talk about them like in a live session. So you could put two things into one. So yeah, that's a new idea I had in the breakout room.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like collaborating on that. That would be really, really cool. That's a great idea. And definitely note it down and, think about who you would want to collaborate with or do that with. So that's really cool. All right, Hanifa, go ahead and pass it to somebody. We'll take 2 more people. Hanifa, could you pass it to somebody, please?
I couldn't hear right now, so I would pass it to Sasha.
Yeah, so I was with Calypso and we talked about our different problems, and I said that I would use a functional model of a website to kind of prototype it, as well as a live session where I could see how customers would interact with my product and see what feedback they would give on it to see like which ways that I could improve it. Can I pass it to Annika, please?
Okay, so like in our group, we thought about how we could all use a similar way to approach the whole system. So we thought about, like, at first we'd have to use the smartphone sketches prototype tool, and then we could like some way sketch out how we plan our website to look like, and then also have it on like the digital format. So then we would go ahead to like build a website or an app, and then we would have to use the stuff like online meetups to discuss how people who use it already, like their impressions about it and how we could like improve it maybe. Then we could also use like the Pinterest for your interest algorithm thing to see what the people were searching most and how they even came to our website and what were things that were like connected to our website. And then otherwise we could also like in the end customize their needs to like maybe also make, that was something Celia said, to make like categories, because mostly people will then only like search for things and it's very broad and they don't really have to ability to like narrow it down. And so I was like in the team with Anish and Celia, and we agreed that that would be a way most people could approach it.
Awesome, awesome, really, really good stuff. Yeah, so I think that, you know, talking with other people here is really like creating new ideas, and I think that's wonderful. And you know what I also, okay, so now basically what we want from you all is on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, you have to have something of a prototype done. Doesn't have to be all your prototypes, doesn't have to be the perfect prototype, just a draft of something. On Tuesday, you are going to display it onto the general chat. And then we are also going to do something else with it, which I'll tell you about later. So on Tuesday, have one prototype done, and we're going to share it with us on Tuesday on the general chat. Okay, so please take note of that. All right, so okay, what we're gonna do now is if anybody has any questions, please ask, and if not, go ahead and go to the general chat. We are just gonna do the shout outs because we are ending the session now. Go ahead to the general chat and shout out a team member, shout out somebody from the cohort, shout out anybody, go crazy with it. All right. And if anybody wants to speak on it, you're more than welcome to. Oh, yes. So this Sunday, the 13.1 and 13.2, those cohorts are having their expos. I will send those links into the general chat after this session. So if you want to check out a graduating cohort, what kind of ideas they have, how they're pitching, you should definitely come on Sunday. There are going to be 2 expos, and I'll send those links after the session is over. So make sure that you have written your prototypes in your channel, what prototypes you plan to use and are using into your channel with your name on it, and now also doing shoutouts. Okay, so if there aren't any questions or anything like that, we can end the session today. I hope you all are thinking about your prototypes and got a lot of good information. And if there's anything that was unclear, please let me know. If you have anything to share, just message me. And I know you all are going to do amazing things, and I'm really, really excited to see all your prototypes. So have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.